Last night, Sean Donahue did a live webinar showing everyone, revealing to everyone how he actually made 1.2 million in less than 4 months using one specific skill that he learned now that he's teaching you. Now, in this webinar, we were kind of like blown away because of the overview of the system and the real results from his actual students that actually took the training, the webinar, just like you're about to look at right now. This webinar will basically reveal everything that you need to know about the 1.2 million system that you can take part of. I was impressed by the product, the overview, the training, and I do trust Sean Donahue as well. So I wanted to get this webinar to you through me. So right now, I'm about to have Sean Donahue actually show you the whole project. I've been talking about this a few days now through my emails and through my blog posts. So I want you to take advantage of this 5 days that's happening right now. So just these 5 days, this training is happening, and you'll get access to yesterday's recording, but also the next 4 days. Take part of this because this could be a life changer. Okay. And once hopefully it changes your life, you can come back and thank me on this channel. You can comment below. But right now, I want you to go ahead, check out the webinar, and I'll talk to you later on. Make sure you follow the links under this description. When this webinar is over, follow my links. And if it is something that you'd like to take part of, go ahead and click the links below and you get part of this webinar with all the bonuses included. Thank you so much, and I'll talk to you right now. Let Sean show you what you're about to embark on.
All right. Well, thank you very much for that wonderful intro, and let's get started. Okay, so here we are, and we've got a very exciting 5-day sprint coming up, and I wanted to take this opportunity to walk through what we're doing, why this is important, what's going on, how this all came about, answer some questions, but mostly tell you exactly how we're rocking and rolling. And yes, Ken, we are here and we are rocking and rolling. So, no, great, appreciate it. So, thanks for coming. We are basically, let's just dive right in. There are two types of people who tend to watch these trainings. And if you're here, probably you fall into one of these two categories. You want to build an online income of some sort. You're not sure where to start, what to do, and maybe you've tried a few different things. They've not worked out. Okay, so quite likely, if that's you, put a 1 in the chat box. Or you've already got something going. Maybe you've got a business, job, or something like that. Maybe you've got some stream of income, but you're looking to bolt on something, some additional income stream, and need a little helping hand. If that's you, put a 2 in the chat box. And the, okay, and my lovely staff member, my lovely team member, Linda Lou, came in, and I just need to upgrade. And there we go. There we go. All right, cool. So yeah, a lot of people 1 and 2, so that's fine. All right, well, we've all been there. Okay, now here's the thing. With what we're talking about here today, which is very cool, very powerful, and I think it's the simplest and most powerful business that anyone can start wherever they are in business, whether you're an entrepreneur or anything else. Because here's the thing. You can get started without any special skills or experience. You don't need any prior experience. That is very, very important. You don't need any products or services. Now, that also means you don't need any affiliate products or services. None of this is involved with any of that, okay? You can do all of this without selling, because let's face it, a lot of people hate selling stuff. You know, it's the way it is. People love to buy, but they don't like to be sold. Okay, and the feeling of selling makes some people just, I don't like it. That's fine. You don't need that with this. You don't need to have an audience, okay? You don't need to build a big list. You don't need to do any of that. You don't need to build a giant social media following, posting on TikTok or Instagram or Facebook or anything like that. You don't need to build a website. You don't need funnels. You don't need any of those skills. You see, each one of these is for most businesses, is a high demand skill, okay? And you've got to learn a lot of these for most businesses, especially online businesses. And they take years to master those skills. You don't need to drive traffic to anywhere. You don't need paid ads. You don't need to go posting all over social media. Hey, click this link or any of that. You can do everything we're talking about here without a large commitment in time. But what does that mean? Well, I'm usually done by within 60 minutes. I'm actually usually done within 30 minutes. My day is usually done by the time I finish my second cup of coffee. That's it. I'm done for the rest of the day. In fact, right now I'm in Bangkok, Thailand. Okay. And I've just had my morning coffee. I've already done what I need to do for the day. And when I'm done with this training, I'm off on my motorbike for the rest of the day. In fact, maybe for the rest of the weekend. Who knows? And you can do all of this without massive risk, which is critically important for what we do. Okay, very important. I don't like risk. I want to mitigate any risk at any given time. Okay, so let's jump right in with the elephant in the room. What is this wonderful business? I'm a trader. Now, what does that mean? I am a stock market trader. I started off in 1999, and I can tell you that story, but I got involved with, I'll give you the 2-cent version. I got started in 1999, right at the end of the dot-com bubble, right when it burst, and I lost all my money. Okay, so why the hell am I a trader? I lost all my money, right? Well, here's the thing. I got bad advice from people who didn't have my best interests at heart. They didn't care about me or what I was doing, and I put a lot of money in, and I made a stupid trade. But here's one thing I did learn from that. There's a lot of money in the markets if you figure it out. And that's what it did. That loss, that initial cock-up, if you will, sent me on a path for many years to learn how to trade the markets. Now, here's the thing. A lot of people would have taken that hit and given up and have walked away and never traded again. Oh, trading is horrible. Trading is this, trading is that. Trading is complicated. Trading. And that's what a lot of people feel about trading. They think it's difficult. Here's the thing. I brought a systematic approach to what I do. The same thing I do in business, which a lot of people know me as the guy, the software guy, the business guy, and everything else. But my secret was to my wealth is I took everything I was doing over here and put it in the markets and let that grow. Now, it took me a long time, many years, to get it down to the simple system I use today, where I'm not glued to charts. I'm not, watching every, tick of the market. What I do is I place a trade in the morning, I come back tomorrow, make sure it's made profit, take my profit, do it again. It's as simple as that. I'm actually going to show you what I do in a few moments, because I've actually got a nice active trade right now, and I just want to show you how simple this is and how profitable this can be. But the whole purpose of what I do is it's simple, it's effective, it's lucrative, and it only takes one skill. So here's the thing. What I'm about to show you can be learned by anyone. Now, it does have a learning curve, just like anything. If I wanted to build a website, guess what? I've got to learn how to build a website. If I want to start doing Facebook ads, guess what? I've got to learn how to do Facebook ads. Every new skill has a learning curve. But here's the thing. What I do now is recession proof. What I do now doesn't care about anything else going on. Just one thing, one skill, repeated. Now, we're going to show you everything here, okay? I'm going to give you a kind of overview and then what we're doing in the 5-day sprint. But I'm also going to show you proof of how this works. I'm going to show you a couple of live trades I'm doing right now. And like I said, we bring a business mindset to everything. And once you know how to do this, you'll never have to worry about money again. Now, that's a big, bold ass statement. But I guarantee when you see this and how this all rolls out, you'll be like, yeah, all right, I need to learn how to do this. So there's 5 core reasons why this is the best income source ever. Okay, so here's the thing. Trading is a solo sport. That means you don't need to rely on an employer, finding clients, getting customers, and no one can take your income away from you. Now, this is very, very important. When you learn this skill, that's it. You're set up for life. Now, here's the other best income source ever, reason number 2. When you learn what I'm about to cover, you can potentially make money even in any market conditions. Doesn't matter if the market's going up, down, or sideways, what the president's saying, what this person's saying, what Kim Kardashian had for breakfast, what the Fed is doing, interest rates, CPI numbers, or any of the other fear and noise and bullshit that's out there. Okay? Doesn't matter. We can make, doesn't matter if the market's going up, down, or sideways. It doesn't matter if we're in the deepest recessions. You can still make money doing this. Pretty cool, right? So, number 3, like I said, you don't need websites, copy, driving traffic, hiring people. You only need to be good at one skill. I can't drive this home enough. Just one bloody thing, one process, one checkbox simple system. If this sets up, do this. If it's not set up, walk away, come back tomorrow, see if there is one. It's as simple as that. Now, number 4, in just 30 minutes a day, you can potentially earn way more than you ever did with a job. Now, seriously, I'm already done. Okay, so this is my morning coffee. I get nitro brewed coffee from the store around the corner. By the time I finish this, I'm already done for the day. And the rest of the day is mine. Now, I'm fortunate enough to be semi-retired. I mean, because of this, because of what I do. I semi-retired at 45. And the only reason I'm semi-retired is because I love what I do. And I don't want to give that up. I love business. But I can take a weekend, I can take a week, I can take a month. Recently, I took a month off. I went around Scotland, go see family, my nieces and nephews, and just goofed off for a month. I can take a week off and just jump on my motorbike, go all over Asia to some of the most beautiful mountains, which is about 4 hours away. I can go up there and spend the week up there if I wanted to. That's the freedom that this gives. Now, freedom means different things to different people. But here's the thing. You can have all the money in the world and no time, you're not wealthy. That was me a few years ago. I had multiple businesses and everything else, and I had no time. And I was in a gilded cage of my own creation. But now I can do whatever the hell I want. So you have to have time and the revenue, and then you can do whatever the hell you want. That's real wealth, and that's control. Now, number 5. If you do what I do, you will get the results I get. Now, this one's important. I want to repeat that. If you do what I do, you're going to get the results I get. Now, I've been in the business and marketing world for many years, and I've got many friends who are in this industry, and they teach their skills and courses and everything else. And here's the thing. Their students really struggle to get the same results. They can't. Why? Well, the person teaching generally has experience and has been doing it for many years, and they're very good at what they do, but they can't teach that experience to students. Makes sense, right? Experience only comes with time. Not so with this style of trading and what I do. Here's why. If we have the same checklist, the same rules, because everything we do is very rule-based. I call it algorithmic, but basically it's if this, do that. Simple. It's a checkbox system. If we're looking at the same data, the same information, and we see, say, this line crosses this line, okay, as part of the rules, and we both act at the same time on the same information using the same rules, we get the same results. Okay? Now, that's it. Now, it's a slight oversimplification, but not by much. Now, the point here I'm getting to is you can absolutely trade for a living. You don't have to, wherever you are right now, with your current skill level or experience, you don't have to be awesome at anything. You just have to be able to follow instructions. Okay? So, couple of rules. Now, this is very important because a lot of people think trading is like Las Vegas. It's all gambling, right? It's all this. You got to place a bet. No, absolutely not. This is not Vegas. We don't gamble. This is a business, and like any business process, there's rules and there's the expectation of profit. If I go open a shoe shop on the high street, guess what? I've got to get staff. I've got to get uh, stock. I've got to have premises, insurance. Got to have all the sales systems and the marketing. There's a lot of things involved with that, but it's a process to make money, right? With this, it's just one thing, but it's very much a business approach. Okay. Two, we're not gonna like make one trade and be mega millionaires. Okay. This is a process. We don't expect to hit a home run every time, but we are going to swing for the ones that make sense. And that's important. Now, you will sometimes lose a trade. That's okay. Your winners will be bigger than your losers. And over time, that's the most important thing. You will make money. And number 4, progress creates success and profits. Now, here's the thing. Everything we do eliminates as much risk as possible, okay? Because it's about the money you make and the money you keep. So it's all about a production line process, a business, like a factory conveyor belt, okay? We do this one thing repeatedly every day, and over time, you get better and better, and that progress creates your success and your profits, just like any other business. Now, yeah, this is based on what I do every day, and I have done for the last 24 years. But here's the thing. I started off trading stocks and options, okay? Great. That's what most people do. Then in 2011, along came crypto. Crypto, guess what? I love crypto. Mainstream crypto, love it. You may have heard all the success stories and the nightmares, and a lot of that is news and hype and bullshit. Here's the thing. Crypto is the same as any other asset. We're trading it. The advantage is crypto is available to everyone in the world, and it's traded 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. And money flows, and there's billions of dollars. So guess what? Yes, I also traded crypto. But here's the thing. A couple of years ago, I got introduced to this gentleman. A friend of mine says, hey, Sean, you're a trader. You really need to speak to this guy. And I said, what guy? He said, oh, he's a doctor, or he's training to be a doctor. But he's made a lot of money in this one area of cryptocurrencies. And I'm like, oh, yeah, okay, I've heard this shit before. You know, I'm sat there, arms crossed. Yeah, bullshit. Okay, what's this? It's going to be bullshit, right? You know, that kind of mentality, which is fair enough. I mean, there's a lot of bullshit in this industry. So anyway, I trusted this source. So I got on a call with this guy, and I'm sat there. Oh, yeah, okay, let's hear the bullshit. And he told me how he made $1.2 million trading crypto. And it's a specific area of crypto that I had dismissed. And I'm like, all right, show me. And he showed me what he did. And by the time we'd finished that call, I was like this. I was leaning forward, I was engaged, and my mind was blown. He had generated $1.2 million in 4 months doing just 12 trades. 12 trades in an area I thought was absolute horseshit and bullshit and everything else. But by the time he had done showing me what he's done, my mind was going a million miles an hour, because this guy was training to be a doctor, very smart guy, but he didn't have the experience I had in the markets of being in the 24 years as a trader. And when I saw what he was doing and then combined it with what I do, this fusion created the ultimate system. And here's the thing. I was, keep this to myself. This is awesome. There's so much I can do with this. But I already had a lot of students that I teach trading to. I've taught thousands of students over the years. And I'm like, okay, here's what we need to do. I need to show that we can do this by taking a small group. I'll tell you about this in a moment. But 2 years ago, we took a small group of people, just like you, people who'd never traded before. They were entrepreneurs, but never traded. And we took them into a closed group and taught them how to do this. And here's the thing. There is a crypto revolution happening right now. Now, this industry is called microcaps. Let me tell you a little bit about this first. So microcaps are new businesses. There's new cryptos launched every day. And what they're doing is they're raising money for their businesses. There's new cryptos launched every single day. They're on the cutting edge of new tech. The new blockchain tech, the new Web3 tech. You may have heard some of those buzzwords and everything else. But what they're doing is they're developing the future today. These are the ones that coins that and businesses you've never heard of and you may never hear of again. Okay? They may just disappear into obscurity, but they're at the beginnings. And it's like getting in on the ground floor of incredible investments, but getting out with a profit first. And it's, a lot of these businesses are way smaller than Bitcoin. A lot of these cryptos are tiny. That's why they're called microcaps. And these are new projects, new businesses being launched, new software tools and everything else that are literally on the edge of tech. Now, you may have heard of things called meme coins and some shit coins. I'm going to tell it as it is. And if I swear occasionally, that's because I am real. But here's the thing. These are decentralized, which means they're not attached to any exchanges or brokers. They're not mainstream. They're in an area where you can access without any interference, and it's all under your control. This, to me, is one of the things I love most because it has my ability to control my money. Now, they can have lucrative profit potential. I'm talking consistent 100, 200%, 500%, 700%, 2400%. I think the biggest one I've done is 32,000%, which was a very nice payday. In fact, I've only been in Thailand 11 months. I've already bought 11 motorcycles and actually 5 motorcycles. I have 11 in total here, but yeah, 5 of them, again, all bought by doing this, just as an example, plus a lot of other bloody things as well. So here's the thing. There's limited public awareness. Most people don't know about this industry, and those that do, honestly, are not real traders. They don't know how, they don't have the business-like mindset that you will have. And there's limited liquidity and a lot of volatility in these. In other words, they can move fast, but not a lot of people trading them. So here's the thing. With everything we do, like I said, I can't emphasize this enough, we minimize the risks with a business approach to this entire thing. Now, let me give you an example. Pepe launched earlier this year in April, okay? And this did 198,000% gain in 2 weeks. Now, that means $100 at the start of this. Now, I didn't get in on this one. I wish I could say I did. But if you got out at the point there, $100 would have turned into 19.8 million. Now, no, I didn't. I'm not going to sit here and now a lot of people, like I said, there's a lot of bullshit in this industry. There's people who said, "Oh, I would have traded that and I would have made 19 million." Yeah, bollocks. No, bollocks. But here's the thing: it did create other clones and copies, and once those were on my radar, I looked for the knock-on effect. So this one is one I did back in April. This one jumped up 22,000% very quickly. And then another 228% later on. In fact, it did. I got in there 3 times on this one. Okay. And yes, that made me a lot of money. Here's another one. This one launched in April as well. This is Tate coin. This was a meme coin based on Andrew Tate. Love him or hate him, I don't care. But this one made me a lot of money. This made 4,195%, and then another 400% later on. Now, yeah, that sounds good. That's great. Okay, anyone can cherry pick, right? So let me show you. Let me see. This is one I'm currently in that launched yesterday. Actually, it was on the 23rd. You can see the 18th, right before the launch of the product. the 5-day sprint, but this one I got in on. It launched earlier in the week on the 16th. And this one, again, it's set up. I won't go over all the entry and exit criteria. We're not teaching trading here. I'm giving you the overview. But right now, this is up 799%, where I got out this morning at 5 o'clock. Okay, just cashed out on that. And boom, I took my money, saw this dip, actually got out a little lower than that, got out there. So 750%. 750%. $100 turned into a lot bloody more. You get my point. Okay, that is the whole purpose. I got over $780 from $100 in. If I had done $100, I did a lot more. But that's not the point. The whole point of this as well is you can start with very minimal revenue. Here's another one. This is Takecoin I was talking about. Let me just go back. So you can see this one. This is the one I was talking about. You can see there 4,195%, 448, and then it dropped off the cliff. Okay, but guess what? I'm already out. I don't have to worry about that. Here's the Baby Pepe one that I was talking about. Again, just pull this up. So it rocked up, sold off, rocked up, sold off, rocked up, sold off. And guess what? All of this is what we do. And I look and see, okay, great. And then it sold off and then it disappeared. And that's fine. I only care about when it first goes and it first launches and then see, okay, yeah, dropped off the cliff and that's it. This is the part I care about because this is where the money is. Okay. And I'm using DEX tools here just as a quick example. And let's see if there's anything else. I'll just pull up a couple more. These are the microcaps. Okay. Now, Matic X, I think, is bullshit. Actually, no, I'm thinking of another one. I was thinking TRX. Yeah. Let me show you this one. This is the crap we avoid. See this? I'll put it on a 15-minute. This is one that launched back in July, turned out to be a big scam, rug pull. We avoid that stuff. This is the stuff that you see in the news stories, and it tends to be all bullshit and yada, yada, yada. Yeah, we avoid that. But Matic X, again, that's up. Didn't get in on this one, but there was a legitimate setup, but it's only up 32%. I wouldn't have bothered with this one. Didn't tip on my radar. That's why I didn't trade it. But hey, that's up 32%. And if you think about hedge funds and the so-called money experts, they're lucky if they do 12% in a year. Yeah. So just to give you an idea. But that's what we do. This is what we do. And here's the whole point. The hidden wealth is in microcaps if you know what you are doing. Now, here's the thing. People say, well, crypto was really bad last year and it dropped and everything else, right? The economy was terrible. Inflation, money markets, it's all doom and gloom. Look, 2022 was the worst year on record for all markets, but the microcap world doesn't care. You know, the economy sucks. The economy sucked in 2022. It's done better this year, but it still sucks. Inflation is through the roof. Interest rates are skyrocketing. What can we do? Well, again, we ignore all of that. For example, in 2022, December, the end of 2021, this one, Volt Inu, was up 480x. 480x. You put $1 in, you turned it into $480. You put $10 in, you turned it into 40 or 800. If you put $100 in, yeah, it's 48 grand. $48,000. This one up 1,318x. And again, January, February, March. Boom, 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 boom. All massive profitable coins. What about April, May, July, and September? Here's some more. Again, all the time. So let's just take a snapshot. Just in September, I can cherry pick perfect coins from every month. But let's just see which coins in September of 2022, the worst month of that period. Again, all of these coins, dozens launched, and these are small investments using $50 to $200 in a trade. Boom. 50x, 120x, 25x, 50x, there's loads of them. The point is that there's a constant flow of opportunities regardless of what the main markets are doing. So what really is this one skill? Well, you don't need to be a math genius. People think trading, they see all these numbers, think, oh my God, I've got to be a math genius. No. This is the beautiful thing. One rule sets up: buy the first dip in an uptrend. Okay, there's the big secret. That's what's made me millions of dollars over the years. Buy the first dip in an uptrend. That's my strategy. But here's the thing. That's all you need to know. And it's not so much a skill, but a process, a combination of micro skills you already have. The ability to follow instructions, a business-like approach, which can be taught. Again, that's what we're doing in this 5-day sprint that's coming up, and the determination and perseverance and a little bit of focus. Profits come from the process. And like I said, yeah, the economy sucks. But like I said, this doesn't matter. We don't care what's going on. We don't care about Bitcoin, the main markets, what the president said, Kim Kardashian had for breakfast, or who she's dating, or what Jay-Z is doing, or what's the other guy? Yeezy, what's he called? Frickin' Kanye West, or whatever. Any of that stuff. I don't know their names. I'm culturally illiterate in that regard. But this is the cutting edge of tomorrow. And it's one of the core reasons we do this is because it's DeFi. It's disconnected. Now, 2 years ago, like I said, I took a small group of students into a closed-door group because I wanted to teach them this. And each of them had never traded before. This is the very important thing. They were just like you, entrepreneurs who wanted something more. They wanted to create something that worked. They wanted to bolt on to their existing business, and their successes were stunning. Now, we occasionally let more people in because we wanted to teach it and reteach it and take the strategies that we were teaching. They were refined and optimized, but now it's time to open those doors even wider. And their success is your unfair advantage. Now, like I said, just to show you what they were doing. The microcap turtles, Ken, that's absolutely perfect. It's actually the philosophy. The fact you know turtle traders and that experiment is exactly where this was inspired from. So top marks to Ken there for the trading reference. Absolutely dead on. So this is someone who basically they got into a coin, doubled their money very quickly. Another person, 49%. This one over here, 225%. Another one here, this was up 572%. These are all student results. This one was a little crazy. Guy went in, he started off a little larger with 9K, and it went up to 42K. He got up overnight to use the restroom, and again, got up, left it overnight, got up the next morning, it had gone up to 90K. By the time he was done, it was $104,000, and we're screaming at him. Like there you can see at the bottom, this is not financial advice, but please take profits. But yes, other people, again, 400% overnight. Lots of others here. Let's see, that's 204%. This one up 2K. This gentleman up to $500,000. Okay, he says everything else stops when it's time. The point being, I have nothing that is showing me 500K in a month like this. Huge upside potential. It demands attention. What are your thoughts based on responses? Yeah, again, he was asking some follow-up questions. This one up 90%. This one, again, same guy, but he says, yeah, I would be, if I cashed out today, I'd be up over 500K. My grandson, says to my wife, Gigi, that's crazy. Lots of others. And this is all verifiable proof, by the way. When you join our main program, which we'll talk about during the challenge, you'll be able to see all of these. These are all posted live, but here's ones you can verify right now. See all these with the little hashes? You can put that into ETH scan or BSC scan, which is transaction verification. and you can see these transactions. These are all 100% verifiable. 378%, 733%, 350, 100, 166. By the way, you'll notice most of these are in a day. Okay, if I just go back here, look at this one, 733% in a day. Okay, this one in one day, 378%. 350. This one, a little longer, about 25 days. This one day, 100%. 1 day, 166%. And that's what we're looking for. Consistent 100 to 200%. That is our bread and butter. And that's great money. Now, if you get a home run that goes absolutely crazy, like some of the ones that you've seen, then yeah, great. That really boosts the coffers. Like this one. From the end of July to the beginning of March, 2,425%, turning $79 into $2,000. This one here, Baby Pepe, one of the ones I mentioned, again, turning $1,946 into $25K in a day. Now, that was one of my trades, and yes, that made me a lot of money. That bought me a Harley Davidson. Okay. This one here. So yeah, basically that really top end Harley Davidson only cost me $2,000. That's it. Not a bad deal. So this one, 97 to 210. Again, it was a few days, but 117%. And I could keep going on. And you can see more of these. Let's see, 289, 22%, 38%. These are managed trades, but they were still very profitable. Again, 159. 1,028, 136%. And these are all, I could go on and on. Okay, but you get the point. But coming back to the rules, this isn't Vegas. We don't gamble. We don't swing for the fences. We're looking for those 100, 200%. Yes, you will win more than you lose. That is the whole purpose of this, but you will occasionally lose. But as you can see, progress creates success and profits. So here's the 30,000 foot view. Okay? Here's the thing. You will find a new coin. Okay, this is the overall thing. We look for announcements, Twitter, Telegram, and everything else. We validate and verify the project, the team history, the website. Then we execute the trade. If the trade sets up, the trade goes on. We wait for the first dip after the initial thrust and enter a trade. And then we get out for a profit. Did it hit target? Sign of exhaustion. There's a couple of different criteria for getting out. And then cashing out for a profit. That's it. Done. And then we rinse and repeat. That's what we do every day. Now, the actual process, the execution, the specifics, we're going to cover that over this 5-day masterclass. So, and sprint. But when you do that, that's just the steps you got to learn. That's it. That's the entire thing right there. That's the $1 million maker. Because now you do that, you've got a profitable online business. And here's one of the best things. You can practice without risking a dime by paper trading. Now, here's the thing. If you're opening up a shoe shop on the high street, yeah, that takes risk. You got to get the premises, the stock, do all the marketing, hire staff, do all that malarkey. That's all a huge risk before you even open the doors and hope a customer walks through that door. If you build an affiliate website, or you've got, loads and loads of blogs that you're trying to write and get affiliate revenue from, you've got to be a copywriter. You've got to build all these websites. That takes time, all the design, all the traffic generation and hoping, SEO. That's all huge risk and time invested. But with trading, here's the thing. You can practice. You can go in right now, start and say, okay, I would have got in here today. Okay, that's a setup. I would have entered at this price. Okay, it hit target. I would have got out at this price. You write it down. And guess what? You could then say, I would have made, starting with $100. Okay, I'd have just made $5,000. Great. Now I'll do it again and again and again. And I want you to do it over 30 days. We talk about this in the challenge. I want to do this over 30 days because I want you to prove to yourself. The number one reason most people fail in business is they feel they can't do it. They give up before they hit success. I want to take 5 days during this challenge to prove to you that you can do it, to prove to yourself that you can do it. That's the critical thing. So you can practice an entire business without risking a dime to know that you can do it, and then you go live. And then phase 2 is you go live with a small amount. I call it Starbucks trading. Trade can be like $5, $10, doesn't matter, small. Okay, we're in microcap world. It doesn't have to be big. And then you scale up from there. So first 30 days, paper trading. Second 30 days, trade small. Because when you trade with real money, there's a psychological shift. People are worried about losing money. Any business, you have risk of losing money. Like I said, high street shop with shoes. Any type of online business, there's time and everything else. But what we want to do here is let you know that, hey, if you can get the consistency trading small that you did when you were paper trading, then phase 3 is scale up as you see fit. And you can start with very small amount. You could start with $50. Now, obviously, it's going to take you longer. If you have $1,000, okay, great. You're in better stead. But you can start off as small as you like and scale from there. And as you can see, it doesn't take long for this to scale pretty bloody quickly to create job replacing and then wealth without worry over time. So this is why we're doing this 5-day sprint. Let me tell you a little bit about that. And I'm going to go over to, let's see. This is what we're doing, okay? So let me just clear these out of the way. Now, this is, I want to walk through what we're doing. So yeah, basically you've got all the different information. Like I said, I could be out in my backyard doing whatever the hell I want, just morning trade with my cup of coffee and rocking and rolling. But what I want to get to is what we're doing over the 5-day sprint. So like I said, over 5 days, starting Monday, the 25th, we're going to open it up live. We're going to do a session every single day at 8 p.m. Okay, so if you've got a mainstream job, if someone was mentioning here, Andrew was mentioning he's got a job, he's worried that, again, full time. Yeah, we're doing it in the evenings just to keep it simple. Now, replays will be available for 24 hours for each session. We've got people joining up right now. That's wonderful because the doors are open, but they're going to close down Sunday at midnight. Okay, everything's done. So day 1 is how to get everything set up. It's all about this one simple skill, give an overview of what we're doing, and then how you can leverage this proven system. Basically, you're getting the unfair advantage because when we did this 2 years ago, we were trying to figure it out. Now we've got it honed down to like a fine-edged blade of a system. So this is how to create the predictable, sustainable online revenue with an easy-to-follow process and building real wealth without worry. Everything we talked about here, we're going to go over the strategy, how to get set up, and again, how to set up your wallet and everything else, how to get started. Then day 2, we go hunting. We go finding the hidden gold in the sand, finding the hidden gems, minimizing risk, verifying and validating what we do, and then avoiding critical mistake that most people makes. Okay, someone's saying the audio keeps dropping. I'm going to switch microphones. Let's see here. Hopefully that's a little bit better. Okay, we'll see if that works out any better. Okay, yeah, if someone's saying it's good. All right, we'll play with that. Hopefully that's a little bit better. We'll see. Okay, but yeah, it should be fine. Previous audio was better. All right, then have multiple microphone setups and multiple filters. So yeah, I think that is better. That's looking on the VU meters, that is better. Okay, so we also talk about the double tap process and how to create long-term wealth. So basically how we streamline everything and get it rocking and rolling, how we make this a daily habit. And this is really what is important. This is where the wealth comes from, is making this a daily habit. Doing it once a day, bum, 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 and it's the consistency of that approach that creates the massive wealth over time. And then day 4 is putting it all together. We're going to walk through the entire process from start to finish and do it several times. It's all about that repetition, all about that bringing it all together. And then day 5 is, listen, we've only got 5 days together. And I'm going to compress a lot into that 5 days. But a lot of what I want to do is then how we continue that journey, how we can continue this to get you to where you want to be. So we wrap that up, and then you also get private Facebook group, transcripts of each session, Cliff Notes versions of each session, an Ask Me Anything session. That is the worst damn screenshot on the planet. But hey, I needed to fill that hole. And then bonusy, if you have a spouse or a partner you want to join you, then you can learn together. And then also, like I said, replays for 24 hours. Now, here's the thing. I want to make this, by the way, you can go see, again, some testimonials right here. You can go click on each of these and see all of the student results right there. Again, there's so many of them. Each one pops out. You can see all of them for yourself, okay? 100% verifiable. And here's the thing. We're making this super accessible. Okay, when I first did this, it was $2,000 for those 20 people, okay? And we did amazingly well. But here's the thing. I'm sponsoring you into this, and I'm giving you multiple ways in. You can get started for $99. Again, that's one pay. You get all the bonuses. If you do a split pay, yeah, we remove a couple of bonuses. But again, you can split it up over a couple of months, or you can even stretch it out over 5 months. I don't care. My main thing is that you're in this, that I can teach you this skill. Because here's the thing. I don't have to do any of this. I really don't. I can just sit on my ass, relax, tinker with my engines, and, enjoy a very relaxed life. But my legacy, my mission, if you will, is to teach as many people how to do this as possible. So if you go to the link that's in the chat box, which I'll just make sure is in here, bum, bum, bum. And let me just make sure that's here. All right, making sure that's sent. Go there and sign up. I want you to be part of this. We start on Monday. Everything is here for you, okay? I want to make sure that you do this. You're part of this. I'm very excited for your success, to have you as part of this. But yeah, let's get you going. Now, by the way, if you've got any questions, now's the time to ask. Ask me. Ask me anything, and we can rock and roll. So a couple of questions have been flagged by my lovely and beautiful assistant, Miss Linda Lou. Do we have access to indicators and scripts? Know how to buy and sell? Okay, there's no indicators needed. There's no scripts. There's no, not needed. Okay, and the ones we do use are available on every platform. So we use basic, widely available stuff. So there's no fancy indicators. You don't need any. In fact, with what we've got set up, well, you're good to go. Okay, it's very simple. Okay, do we have a list of microcaps to trade when the opportunities show up? It's a great question. Here's the thing, because they happen every day, we will show you how to hunt and find them. That's part of day 2. So we tell you how to find them, how to get some of that stuff, how to get access to announcements and everything else. So yeah, that's all part of what we do. That's all part of it. And that specific thing is taught on day 2. Okay, I joined the elite group earlier today. Does that include all the VIP bonuses as well? Yeah. Basically, if you join the elite group, the inner circle, by the way, there are 2 OTOs. Let me walk through what those are. Where is the bloody? Okay, there. Okay, so we also have what's called Red Carpet VIP. Carpet VIP. Okay. There. Okay, and the inner circle as well. So let me get that. Okay, there's 2 OTOs. Again, these are purely optional. That's why I hate programs where you jump in and they're all, well, you need this and you need that. To me, it's bullshit. So here's the thing: the red carpet. This includes a VIP Q&A sessions, trade reviews. So basically, if you want me to look at a trade, you can send them to me, and I'll do a review, a video review, and say, yeah, this is what I'm looking at here, here, here. Here would be my target. Boom. Basically get me trading along with you. You get a comprehensive workbook and toolkit that comes with this. 30-day access to recording. So even after the session is done, you can keep access to the recordings. We make them. And we also do some extended sessions. Now, still trying to figure out how to do this, but basically, after the main session, we may go an extra 30 minutes for the red carpet VIPs to cover some other ground and bases. So again, that is $199. And then the inner circle, this one's very special. This is taking it to a whole new level. We talk about the 10x accelerator. This is a strategy I use that even if you're starting small, can 10x your results very quickly. It's a way to super build your business over time. The double tap profits and triple tapping, this turned $100 into 80 grand in under a week. This is very, very bloody powerful. So we'll be doing that after, both of these will be after the masterclass. Lifetime access to the recordings and the materials. You'll also get access to the original masterclass that we did 2 years ago. So I'm going to give you the very thing that created so many very successful and wealthy people. And then you also get elite status in the community. We do a little badge and say, hey, this guy's elite. He's cool. Or she's cool. So yeah, you get all that as well. So those are the two extras that people are asking about. That's great. And okay, so let's see. Any other questions here? Is there ongoing price after the 5-day sprint? No, the 5-day sprint, that's it. Boom. Now we do have, we will talk about how you can continue this journey, but that's something we can talk about later. Again, we have other stuff that we do. We'll talk about that, you know, with software and community and everything else that we do. We'll talk about that on day 5. Okay. I did the 99 straight off and want to bring my niece on for the second seat. Yeah, perfect, buddy. No problem. All done. Are the upsells available after skipping them the first time? I should say no, but yes. Okay, if you want, okay, here's the thing. You got to have the one before the other, otherwise the shit won't work. But if you skipped it, I'm gonna send you the link. Okay. Is there anyone else who wants the links that skipped the OTOs the first time? Has anyone else skipped the OTOs and now wants them? Yeah, well, Meg, the elite group, if you had to have bought the inner circle, sorry, the red carpet before you get to the inner circle. So yes, you got the red carpet and the elite, then you get both. Okay. There you go. Awesome. All right, cool. Well, any other questions, ladies and gents? You got any questions about what we do or the masterclass? Are you on the fence? Is there anything else that we can do to help you? Because my goal, like I said, is what happens after the 5th day next week? That's a great question. Again, everything shuts down. The challenge shuts down. If you're in the red carpet VIP, you get 30 days access to the recordings. But we will talk about, like I said, how to continue this journey. We do have a larger program and everything else, which includes software for scanning microcaps, a community, weekly calls. We've got trackers to find coins that basically do 99% of the work for us. But we'll talk about that later in the masterclass. What I want to do, like I said, is focus on the masterclass, give you that one skill, and then when if you're ready and you're interested, we can then talk about everything else. What should my starting budget be? Again, for the first 30 days, 0. Because I want you to paper trade. I want you to prove it to yourself without risking a dime. When you get started, you can start as little as $50. Okay. The whole point and purpose of this is obviously the more you've got to trade, the better. But you can start with $50, $100, $500, $1,000. all good starting points. Okay. The main purpose is for the first 30 days, I don't want you trading a damn die. Okay. I want you to practice, to get good at it. I don't want you risking money until you can prove to yourself that you can do it. And then go live. And it could be really small. First trades should be $5, $10. Okay. Really should be, because if you spill a Starbucks, you're not going to be that upset about it. Okay. And that's what I call it, Starbucks trick. Start small and then scale from there. How many hours a day for the masterclass? Should be an hour. Okay. May go a little longer, may not. It depends. The whole point is I want to get through the content, whatever I lay out. So we're done when we're done. But the goal is an hour. If we take the elite, any chance that we could be included in the red carpet? No. Here's the thing. You've got to have one to get the other. Okay. So yeah, you can't skip. That's just not good. How many trades should I do when I first work out? Honestly, I've had it where I haven't traded for 3 days. You know, it doesn't really matter because we're only looking for ones that work, only ones that check all the boxes. And if I don't trade for a week, I'm okay. If I don't trade for a day, I'm okay. If I trade 5 times in a day, all right. The whole point and purpose is we only go for the ones that set up and check all the boxes. That eliminates a lot of the risk and it maximizes our profits. Great questions, by the way. I love these questions. Okay. Is this where you are in a trade for only a day or less, like scalp trading? No, that's a great question. No, not necessarily. We're in it until we hit a target or a sign of exit. Sometimes it may be a trade, a day trade. We're not, okay, now I'm going to talk a little bit like a trader here. We're not dealing with pattern day trader rules, okay? Micro caps, crypto, doesn't care. It's all decentralized. We're not regulated by FDIC, SEC, and all the other bullshit 3-letter agencies and guys with windbreakers and raincoats, okay? Clipboards and all that bullshit. So there's no restrictions on what we do here. So sometimes, yeah, it may last just a few hours, maybe a few minutes, maybe a few days, maybe a few weeks. But the whole point and purpose is that we have rules to get us in and get us out. Another question here. Are the sessions recorded? Yes, sessions are recorded and replays will be available for 24 hours. In other words, when the next session goes live, the replay vanishes. Okay, because I want to make sure everyone's there. But if you get the red carpet or the VIP, the inner circle, you get extended access to those. Can we follow your trades daily? We talk about that. We'll talk about that later on. That's part of session. Can you short these markets? You don't want to. You don't want to. And you can't. It's long only. But yeah, no, you wouldn't want to just because of the liquidity and everything else. And this taps onto Andrew's question here. What's the risk versus reward? I've heard the micro caps are extremely risky. They are if you do not know what you're doing, which is why we bring a business-like mindset. A lot of people, fuck up. I'm going to be brutal. Okay, a lot of people go into micro caps thinking, I'm just going to place a trade and be a millionaire tomorrow. No, it's not how it works. This is why we only look for 100, 200% consistently. We're looking for those initial thrusts and then getting out for a profit. And we have very defined rules to do that minimize our risk across the board. If you try and buy and hold and thinking it's going to be the next, Pepe or something like that, it's unlikely to happen. And that's why people lose money, because they hold on too long. We're very rule-based. I can't reiterate enough this point. We're very rule-based. We're looking for profit and to get out. That's it. And when we hit a target or we hit a point to get out, we discipline ourselves and we get out. People who lose money hold on too long, and that's when they get fucked. Okay? We don't want to do that. So that's why we do it. Like I said, this is why it's a business. The people who get screwed with any trading is because they're holding on to the wrong trade. So I hope that helps. And when you learn this, you'll see why we do that and why it's so damn successful. So that's a great question. Okay, cool. Well, I think that's it, ladies and gents. I'm going to wrap it up right there. I really appreciate your time and attention. And I think we have done really bloody well here. So again, go to yellowbrickformula.com or the link you see in the comments. And I'll put it in there one more time. And we will rock and roll. All right, cool. Cool and groovy. Yes, it's in the chat box. Okay, there we go. All right, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for your time and attention. It's been an absolute bloody pleasure, and I hope that's given you some great insights. With that being said, rock and roll, take care, we'll see you real soon.